You guys seem to love the zero overall team rebuilds, so today, with the help of the greatest coach of all time, Mikey McDingle, we are gonna try as hard as we can to turn this zero overall team to a 90 overall team. And this is the rare case where I don't do a realistic rebuild. We are gonna make whatever trade we can. Oops, you shouldn't be here. My fault. And we are just gonna see how ridiculous we can make this team by the end. And I wanna get into this. I don't want to keep yapping about the team. So if you enjoyed today's video, take the 1 second and be sure to drop a like. Helps out the channel more than you could imagine, and I know it's stupid, but it really does. And if we can get to just 1,000 likes on this video, I have another zero overall team rebuild planned. So again, 1,000 likes and it'll let me know y'all want to see that. And of course, subscribe if you like Madden rebuilds because that's literally all I do. And once we get to 25K, which we are less than 1,000 away from, I have something very, very special planned that is gonna take me a long time to do, but I think it'll be worth it. Y'all will absolutely enjoy it. So again, 25K, be sure to subscribe. And massive shout out to Red Zone for the suggestion of today's video. Their link is in the description. And of course, if you want a shout out or you just want to see me do a specific rebuild, let me know down below because I am always open to ideas. And that's pretty much all I do for my rebuilds, just take ideas from the comments, so let me know down below. But without further ado, let's get into this rebuild. So obviously, not much we can do this year. There isn't really a trade I can make that would make sense. I wouldn't want to go out and just spend our picks yet on trading for good players. I think we would be way better off just scrapping this season, spending those picks on really young draft prospects, and building up some good youth on the team this year. And then the season after that, we could maybe start trading for some older players to try to make this a 90 overall team. I don't know if we'll be able to do it that quick, but we will try. But obviously, this season is cooked, so let's just get straight to the end, and, I think we all know how this is gonna go. It shouldn't be a surprise. Okay, well, at the end of year number 1, we obviously went 0-17. I'm still waiting for the time in a zero overall rebuild where we do somehow win a game. I'm sure it's possible. Shouldn't be possible in real life, but we all know this game isn't the most realistic thing ever. I mean, hey, we played the Rams kind of close. It was only 56-0. That's not too bad. Could have been worse. We got beat 140-0 by the Cowboys, so that's not great, but if we're a zero overall, it maybe should have been worse. Daniel Jones had an elite 1.5 passer rating. What else is new? 69 completions. Nice. Nobody had positive rushing yards. That's fun. Chris Blewett was our leading receiver with 200 yards. I'm surprised they can even catch the ball with 0 catching, though. Tucker McCann allowed 50 sacks. We had no tackles for loss, no sacks, no picks. We had some pass deflections somehow. Yo, Tyler Newsome was kind of crazy. 192 tackles and 12 pass deflections in 1,750 snaps. How did he not die? I actually want to see if he's up there for best linebacker or something. No. He might get a dev trait for NFL tackles leader or something though. I'm sure that'll matter. Also, how did the Commanders go 3-13 or 3-13-1? They only won 1 game other than beating us. That's depressing. I almost feel like their season was worse than ours. But anyways, let's get into the offseason, and hopefully it's a good free agent class. I mean, there should be a lot of Giants players. I just cut all of them. I'll try not to re-sign too many of them, but if they're there, we'll think about it. But we have a Super Bowl rematch. The Ravens take down the 49ers 38-24. The Ravens beat them again, which that's a possible Super Bowl. That's the best NFC team right now against the best AFC team. And I don't mean to be a full conspiracy theorist or anything, but isn't there a thing where the color of the Super Bowl logo is always the 2 teams that play? In this year, I'm pretty sure it's red and purple. Let me see. Yeah, the Bengals and Rams Super Bowl was orange and yellow. It's almost like red. The Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl was green and red, which I love that logo, by the way. And then this year's is red and purple. Also, what I'm noticing is the team that lost the Super Bowl, their color takes up more of the logo. So maybe the Ravens are going to lose this one. Maybe the 49ers are going to win. I don't know. So Madden might be right about a Super Bowl for once. We'll see. But obviously, we're not going to have anyone to re-sign. Tanner Owen got a dev trait. He probably had a lot of tackles. So yeah, I'm okay there, believe it or not. So let's see if there are any good free agents to sign. But, ooh, it isn't a super strong free agent class, unfortunately. There are some players, and, I've kind of seen Josh Uche do well in this game before. Sometimes he sucks. Like, I think he sucks for the Patriots. Yeah, it wasn't great, but I've seen him become like a 15-sack guy. We'll think about him. He's actually interested for some reason. I wouldn't want to join this team, but hey, if you want to each their own, I guess. Ooh, Carson Strong's here. My GOAT. I only have him at a 56 overall. That's disrespect. He was a really good player at Nevada, just a terrible knee injury. But let me look through here and see what we can do. But these are the players we're gonna go for. Obviously we're only going for younger players because, well, I guess we could go for older players eventually, but none of these guys are interested. And they all have other big offers, and we don't want to go for like mid-older players because, you know, they're just not gonna be that good by the time we can have a 90 overall team. So we're gonna try to get younger guys and develop them where they could be actual starters by the end of this. But we're going for Josh Uche, Grant Delpit, who I don't know if we're gonna get, but he has superstar dev, Gabe Davis, Deontay Banks, there is one Giants player we're trying to bring back, and my GOAT, my king, Carson Strong. I'm sad I only have him at a 56. I need to change that. But let's see if we can sign any of these players. So they all sign except Gabe Davis, and we get 3 of the 4. It looks like we do not get Grant Delpit, unfortunately. Kinda sucks. He is only 25 with a superstar dev, but it just be like that sometimes. I don't know. I mean, there will be plenty of other opportunities for us to get a safe. But Gabe Davis, do you want to sign now? Okay, he signs. I don't know why any of these players wanted to join the team, but hey, we'll take it. And now let's get to the draft. But in the draft, we of course have the #1 pick. And I'm glad I, picked a team that actually had their first round pick. I'm glad I didn't overlook that because I very well could have. But there are 2 top 5 talent QBs here. There is Jimmy Herring out of Cal, elite throw power, a 4.69, 40-yard dash, nice. I mean, he looks good overall. He really doesn't have any weaknesses in terms of passing. And then, I mean, he is 22, which, I want to shoot for the 21-year-olds. And Jeremy Hunt actually is that. He only has good throw power, is maybe faster? Nah, they both have good speed, I don't know. And then his ratings look very similar. He's a lot better of like a runner though, it looks like. He has A juke move, B spin move. Yeah, he's an improviser type out of Hawaii. I actually don't know which one of these 2 I want to go with. I feel like Herring might be a higher overall, but Hunt is a year younger. I mean, Herring's an actual scheme fit though. Not that that really matters. I mean, we could just change our scheme, but I don't know. I guess that'll lean me in this direction. Let's go with Jimmy Herring out of Cal. Oh, thankfully he has hidden dev. All right. I wasn't sure if he would, but I'm very, very glad he has it. For a while, I went on a streak of like only taking QBs with normal dev high in the draft, but for now, we seem to have broken that streak until the next time I take a QB, probably. But with our second round pick, almost a first round pick, there's still another first round QB here. I mean, obviously we're not going to take him, but he looks good. He's really athletic. But let's maybe look at a receiver. Ooh, interesting player here. I don't know if he's good or not, but he's interesting. Ooh, I definitely think I want to take Gabe McCall next round. He looks crazy, but I don't think we'll need to take him yet. Ooh, and then this corner's kind of crazy looking too. Roy McCord, he has pretty good speed, elite acceleration, A-man and B-zone. I was thinking about taking someone else, but he looks kind of crazy. Okay, I'm between him and Greg Priestley, but I feel like D linemen are never as good as they look after you take them for some reason. I mean, he does look good, but I think the corner also looks good. I mean, he's gonna have normal dev, but I think the other guy might too. He's also 6'4", 183. He is a twig, the lankiest corner of all time. But let's go with Roy McCord out of Oregon. And he actually has hidden dev. Okay, this guy could be insane. Yeah, A-man, B-zone. I don't know what his press is, but it's probably good. Kind of looks like a press man corner, but he is only 183, so I don't know about that. I don't know, we'll see. And in the third round, like I said, we are going to go with Gabe McCall out of LSU. I'm surprised he doesn't have elite strength, but he has great strength. He has elite change of direction and agility, which I don't know how important that is for a center, but we'll take it. He's a short king. He's only 6'1". He's only 21 years old, though, which is a bonus. So let's go with Gabe McCall out of LSU. Hidden dev, 91 strength. Thought that would be a little higher, but good speed, good jumping, good excel for a center. We'll take it. But I might make a couple more picks. There were some interesting looking receivers and tight ends and all that, but I will see y'all for the draft recap. But here is a recap of the draft, and low-key, we kind of crushed it. Jimmy Herring he's an 80 overall. This is one of the better looking QBs I've ever taken. His deep accuracy isn't great, but everything else looks looks really good. He also has 82 speed, 86 excel. I didn't notice that. He's pretty quick. And then Roy McCord, I'm glad he had a dev trait. He's a 78 overall. He does have pretty good press, which doesn't really make sense at 183 pounds, but whatever. Good speed, good man, good excel. Gabe McCall isn't quite as good as I thought he would be, but he's still a 74 overall with hidden. He just doesn't have any power, and he's not the best pass blocker, which I'm a little surprised that he's a better run blocker than pass blocker at 6'1", 300 pounds, but whatever. And then Adam Murray is the rare slot receiver with hidden dev. I can never find slot guys with hidden, but he has really good short route, good catch in traffic, pretty good catching. I mean, just the things you would expect from a slot receiver. But he's very developable. I've loved that word lately for some reason. And then I took these two players. I thought both of them would be a lot better. I saw this guy was a vertical threat with good blocking. It said A run blocking. I mean, it's not, he's a 50 overall blocker. It said A run blocking. I was like, all right, cool. Apparently that was a lie. I don't know. It wasn't A to C. It was A, but whatever. And then Sergio Abraham, I'm surprised he's not good. I mean, he's very athletic. And yeah, I saw he had good tackle in pursuit, but oh, he's a terrible cover linebacker. Okay, understandable. And then the CPU made the Saunders pick. So overall, definitely a very strong draft. I want to see, was the other QB better though? No, he is a 78 overall. What's his dev trait though? Do I want to check? Probably his X factor or something because we didn't take him. Oh, well, hey, I guess our guy could have at least superstar or something. Why am I so good at taking the player that has the worst dev trait? I mean, I guess our guy could have X factor too, but why am I so talented at that? I mean, he's a better overall. There's no way for me to know that he might have a worse dev trait, but oh well, whatever. Let's get into year 2. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. Obviously, I mean, this might be the lowest I have upgraded a 0 overall team in one season. I mean, we went up 72 overall from a 0, but, you know, I didn't want to go too crazy in free agency like I was saying, but we still don't have a bad team, and we have a lot of players we can develop here. Same thing on defense. I mean, for some positions on this team, I went with, like, older players. I guess I don't really see the point in that, but I just don't think we can develop, like, these 64 overall guys to be anything. Maybe if it's like the linebackers or something though, because they could get a ton of tackles and get a dev trait or something. But yeah, I don't know. Most of these guys are just placeholders for now, obviously. And we just want to develop some of these, you know, rookies with dev traits. That's why I kind of tried to sign a little bit higher of an O-line, even though some of them are older, like George Fant's like 30 something. Royce Newman isn't old, but he's like 27. That isn't super developable. I just love that word lately for some reason, but I can't say it. But yeah, clearly a 72 overall isn't great, but A, that should get better throughout the year, and B, this offseason we will likely be trading for some players. We'll see. But let's get to the midseason point of year number 2, and we will see how the team is doing. All right, well, we are somehow 4-3 at the midseason. I mean, this rebuild isn't even necessarily about team success. This is about building a good overall roster. But of course, when I don't care about team success, we way overperform, because why wouldn't we? But the reason I wanted to stop at the midseason is because we are probably going to have a lot of players to re-sign on this team. And yeah, like all the guys we just signed out of free agency. I want to see, is there anyone like struggling or doing super well? Jimmy Herring isn't doing great. I'm kind of surprised about that. AJ Dillon's doing pretty well. The receivers are doing okay. Jaden Saunders at tackle is not doing great. Same with George Fant, kinda. The pass rush isn't great, but I didn't really expect it to be. And then, okay, I don't know how we're a 4-3 team. I would guess this is a 1-6 team or whatever. Is there a better option at tackle than Saunders? What was his name? Jaden Saunders? Yeah, I don't think this is going to be better, but Benjamin Edwards? That could be worse, could be better, I don't know. And then Fant, we don't really have anyone there to replace him. But yeah, there isn't really anyone I want to re-sign yet. I mean, if AJ Dillon was interested, then sure, but like, he's already 26. He won't be the running back by the end of this. Jalen Hyatt could be good depth. We'll re-sign him. Noah Igbenogany is interested. He'll be good depth, but like that's about it for now. The rest of these guys aren't really long-term plans unless they get like a good dev trade or something. But let's get to the end of the season and we will see how we finish. But at the end of year 2, we finish in 9. But again, this isn't about, you know, record. This is about building the team, which we are gonna get to probably here in a second. I mean, we have the foundation for it started, I guess. That's what the draft and that offseason were about. But we're really gonna look hard for good free agents defense this year. And thankfully, our quarterback does at least have superstar dev in Jimmy Herring. Obviously, the other QB has a better dev trait, but I don't know. I asked this before, and I can't remember the answer. Do Superstar and Superstar X Factor give the same amount of XP? Oh, yeah, it says earns at the fastest rate, earns Superstar. Okay, yeah, never mind. You don't need to answer that. I see. So really, in simulation, Superstar and X Factor are the same anyways, from what I know, because I don't think X Factor does anything in simulation. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. And then on defense, unfortunately, McCord only has star dev, but I mean, he's up to an 83, so that definitely isn't bad. I wish it was Superstar or something, but oh well. And McCall only has star, and Murray only has stars. So we hit one Superstar, the rest were star, but I guess it's better than all star. But we'll go super quick over this, the team stats. Jimmy Herring was okay. 3,200 yards, 21 touchdowns, 8 picks, meh. AJ Dillon, 1,300 yards, 4.4 per carry, 12 touchdowns. He was a monster, low key. I mean, the yards per carry aren't crazy, but 4.4 is good. Only 93 yards after contact, which isn't great, but oh well. Gabe Davis with 900 yards, 9 touchdowns. Adam Murray, only 800 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then not much outside of those two. Oh, okay, Benjamin Edwards was definitely not the right choice at tackle. We should have kept Saunders, but oh well. Fant was actually pretty decent. McCall was fine, and then Newman and Ankrum were good, but again, the results don't really matter a ton. I just want to see if we can get any dev traits. Sergio Abraham could be up there for defensive rookie of the year, 125 tackles, 6 for loss, a pick. We'll see. Tackles for loss, 12 for Caleb Chase on 11 for Uche and Onzarike, and then sacks, 7.5 for Uche, 5.5 for Autry, and picks, 2 for Banks, and then 1 for a few players. But I want to see. MVP goes to Lamar here, but any Giants anywhere? Okay, Jimmy Herring surprisingly wins rookie of the year. We'll take that. I kind of wish it went to Adam Murray because, you know, Herring already has superstar dev, but I didn't expect it to go to Murray or anything. And then Sergio Abraham does win defensive rookie of the year. That could be huge. Benjamin Harris at number 2. I think that was our number 2 linebacker, and then no other Giants. But, you know, offensive and defensive rookie of the year, that's pretty nice. I'm surprised our QB won it because he wasn't that good. But let's get into the offseason, and we should be looking good. I mean, I don't know. I feel decent about this so far. And in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs take down the Vikings 31-10. That's interesting. I don't know about the Vikings, but I guess you never know in the future. And Sergio Abraham went all the way up to a 70 before the upgrades even. That's kind of crazy. And oh, he went straight to superstar dev. Okay, we will take that. I don't know why he got the star dev, but he got the superstar for defensive rookie of the year. That's nice. And then Jimmy Herring, I don't know if he got X Factor. It doesn't look like he did, but that's fine. Got upgrades at least. We'll take it. And let's see who we want to re-sign. Let's see if we got any other dev ups first, because that'll determine who we re-sign to. But I guess we can just see that when we're re-signing players. So did AJ Dillon get superstar? No, he didn't. He only has star, so I don't think we're going to bring him back. I honestly don't know if we're going to bring anyone here back. I mean, none of these guys would really help towards making a 90 overall team. So I think we're just going to let everybody here go. I guess we'll bring Jamie Gillen back if he wants to. All right, cool. And yeah, we'll let everyone else go. We could, I guess, maybe re-sign him in free agency if we really wanted to for some reason. But again, for the 90 overall team, they aren't really going to do much. But now this is a huge free agent class. We need some players here. Oh, there definitely are some players here. Oh my God. This is like best case scenario. All right, let's see what we can do. But these are the players we are going to go for in free agency. I mean, like I said, this is almost best case scenario. I couldn't really imagine it being a much better class here. Like, it's insane. But we are going to go for Justin Jefferson, Nick Chubb, Brandon Ayuk, Joel Bitonio, DeForest Buckner, Jamal Adams, Jerome Baker, Greg Newsome, and I guess Bobby Brown isn't that important. I don't even know if we need to go for him. I mean, that'll save us $6 million to put elsewhere, I guess. But yeah, we do have a lead for all these players. I don't know for sure if we will get all of them. I could see one of them just not wanting to sign, like maybe Brandon Ayuk or something because he's not interested. But I mean, we have other receivers, so I don't even know how much we need Brandon Ayuk. But yeah, what if we don't go for Brandon Ayuk and we go for Wyatt Teller? I mean, he's cheap. cheaper. Let's see. Does Wyatt Teller have other big offers? If he does, then we'll go for IU. No, he doesn't. All right, we'll try that. But yeah, Jefferson, Chubb, Batonio, Buckner, Teller, Adams, Baker, and Newsome. Let's see if we can sign any of these players. And it looks like we do get a few. We get Jefferson, Chubb, Buckner, Baker, and Newsome. I don't think anyone rejected us. Derek Forrest was the only guy that signed with the team. And let's see. I don't know if this is like cheating or anything, but let me restructure the guys that we just signed, and that should give us a little more money. Let me do that. But with those restructures, we were actually able to go after a few more players. Brandon Ayuk and Aleem McNeil. We also submitted a new offer for Jamal Adams. The Rams passed us up, but now we passed them back up, so hopefully we can get him, because if not, I don't know what we're going to do at safety. I always have a hard time getting good safeties for some reason. Like the young, pretty good ones, I can't develop them into like great players, it seems like, and I don't know. I always feel like if there's something we need, it's a safe for some reason. But anyways, this looks like a pretty good group of players, so hopefully we can get all of them. Like I said, we have a lead for all of them, but let's see what happens. And it looks like we get Batonio, Teller, Adams. I think anyone rejected us at all. That's kind of crazy. We still haven't signed Brandon Ayuk or Aleem McNeil. Let me actually submit a neutral offer for Aleem McNeil just so we can get him. We'll obviously end up playing one of them at defensive end, probably Buckner though, because he's smaller. Well, thinner, but he's 6'7", but thinner. You know what I mean. He's lighter. But yeah, does Brandon Ayuk finally want to sign with us? Let's see. No, he just doesn't want to sign with us, but it looks like we do get Aleem McNeil. And let's simulate a week to see if we can get Brandon Ayuk. Okay, still no. He doesn't want to sign with us. Still doesn't sign, and he finally does. Good Lord. He just did not want to be a Giant, but, well, I was gonna say I can't blame him, but we have something crazy going on here, so I'm a little bit surprised, but now we have a kind of ridiculous team. We still obviously have some big holes, like, and trust me, I know about big holes. I've been around your mother a lot, but we still need tackle on both sides. We need tight end, and on defense, we need another pass rusher and another safety, but other than that, I mean, we're looking pretty okay. So let's get to the draft, and we'll see what we can fix there. But in the draft, we pick at number 17, and obviously our big, I guess not our one big need, but one of our biggest needs is definitely tackle, and there was one guy that looked good. Is he still available? No. All right. There are still some good looking ones like Jason Reiner or Rayner. He's a really bad run blocker though. And then J.R. Baker. He's a little better of a run blocker, but he's also not that strong. I don't know if he might be good. I don't know if he looks super good though. Oh, I wish I focus scouted this guy because I was planning on taking that one tackle, but I didn't focus scout this guy because I was planning on taking that one tackle. He still looks good though from what I can see, so we might take him. Yeah, I mean, why not? I don't really see anyone else here that looks great. Andrew Price looks good, but we just don't need a receiver. But yeah, let's just go with Jimmy Murray or Jeremy Murray. Jimmy Murray? Is that the name of our receiver? Who's Jimmy Murray? I don't know. Let's go with Jeremy Murray. Only 21. Again, he might not be good, to be fair. He could have bad play rec and just suck, but I don't know. We'll take that chance. All right, well, normal dev, that's kind of tough. You hate to see it, but that's fine. It'll still be an upgrade. And now let's look at tackle. So I don't think we're going to actually take a tackle. I think we're going to take a guard and move them to tackle. Although J.R. Baker is still here. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That might mean he sucks, but he is a really good pass blocker. He's at least an okay run block. Just his combine isn't anything special. I mean, he has good speed for whatever that's worth, and apparently good broad jump. Sure. I don't think he's great, but he looks good enough. Let's take him. Hidden dev, we'll take that. He could be decent. Now on the clock is the 49ers. What did it just say? I don't know. But I definitely want to look at another, guard slash tackle, or a guard that we're going to move to tackle. I think we're going to go with John Ryans out of Wisconsin. He is pretty damn strong. He has elite strength, also elite jumping, change direction, and agility. Has good ratings. Let's take him. Of course he has normal dev. All right. You hate to see it. This draft doesn't feel as good as the last one, I'll say that. I mean, we're getting starters, but it's a little unlucky. Speaking of unlucky, all the tight ends I was looking at are gone, so that might be something we have to trade for, which is fine. I just thought there would be one left, but I think that's it for the linemen that look decent. The rest of them don't really look decent. I guess for the last pick, we'll just take a chance on TJ Ross. He had a decent combine. He would play defensive end for us. His ratings don't look that good, but I'm hoping he would go up at defensive end because he is, you know, kind of smaller and has pretty good speed and finesse moves. More than likely, he's bad, like really bad, but we'll take a chance. He has hidden dev, 88 strength, 74 speed, 81 excel. We'll see, there could be something there. But here is how we did in the draft. Definitely not as good as last year, but I mean, it wasn't terrible. What would John Ryans be at tackle, or would it be better to play Joel Bitonio there? I mean, we could try Bitonio at tackle. He would go down 1 overall. Yeah, sure, why not? Again, performance doesn't really matter here too much. I mean, it might matter for them developing, but that's about it. But it seems like even if players play like shit, they can still develop anyways for whatever reason. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense, but they should develop more if they actually play well. I don't know. But TJ Ross is only a 63. I mean, at least he has a dev trait, but yeah, not great. And then Chris Meeks, I took him. He's a 70. He's whatever. You might even have to start, but I don't know. So let's get into year number 3, and hopefully we can finally start to develop close to a 90 overall this year. We'll see. But here is a look at the team heading into year number 3, and honestly, we could build a 90 overall team right now if I wanted to. We're gonna say we could do that, but instead, let's go through this year, let's develop the team. We might even be up to a 90 by the end of the year, but if we are up to a 90 by the end of the year, I don't know, that's risky. Guys like Joel Bitonio could retire. Maybe we should go for it now. But is he really the only one that's a risk of retiring? Yeah, he is, but that is a risk. He's one of our best players. He's our 4th best guy. I don't know. We aren't a super young team either. Yeah, you know what? Let's work on a trade or two here. We could be a 90 by the end of this year and complete the challenge. So let's work on a trade. Okay, tight ends are crazy expensive in this game. I don't know if we're gonna do that. Tight end of all positions? Why? Okay, I don't know if we're gonna be able to trade for a player. I just always forget how expensive even older players are. So yeah, this is gonna have to be a this off-season thing. But the only thing that y'all haven't seen with this team is that we signed Rasul Douglas, which is kind of fun. I moved him to safe. I feel like he would be a decent safety in real life, so we did that, and I think that's it. And Taquan Graham, like, that's not that important though. And I guess Noah Gray, but obviously I was trying to replace him, so y'all know how I feel about that. But let's get to the midseason point of year number 3, and we will see how the team is doing. We're close though. We're getting there. But here at the midseason point, we are 4-3. Not bad. It doesn't look like we've developed too much though. I think we're still in 87. Yeah, but we still have the rest of the season to go, so it isn't the end of the world. But do we have anyone to re-sign here? Oh, we do not have a lot of cap space. Okay, that could be a problem. We should be able to free some up at the end of the season though, so we might be able to get Rasul Douglas back, but if not, trading for safety isn't usually too hard in this game, so I'm not super worried about that, just a little worried, but I don't know, that's something for us to worry about at the end of the season. But I mean, that's all for us to go over here, so let's see how this team can finish. But more importantly, we'll see what overall this team finishes at. But wow, in year 3, we don't even make the playoffs with an 87 overall team. It'll probably be even better by the time I spend these upgrades. That's insane. I mean, I'm used to this game being, I mean, I'll just say fucking stupid, but that's crazy. And we are so close. We are an 89 overall. We almost have the challenge completed. I know, again, the challenge was a 99 overall team. That is not possible, though, unless I crank every XP slider to 300% or something, but I don't want to do that. So I guess we'll go quickly over the season stats again, and this is going to be the off season where we should be able to reach a 90 overall. Jimmy Herring, 3,400 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 picks, 69 completion percentage. Nice. He was pretty good. Nick Chubb, 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. We had 2 1,000-yard receivers, Brandon Ayuk and Justin Jefferson. Jefferson wasn't great. He did get 1,000 yards, but only 6 touchdowns. Outside of those two, not much for receiving. Oof. John Ryans was really bad. Gabe McCall wasn't great, but the rest of our line was good. Hopefully Bitonio doesn't retire, but he might. He usually does seem to retire in this offseason, so we'll see. And then Jerome Baker, 121 tackles, tackles for loss, 14 for Uche and Buckner, and sacks, 9 for Uche and Buckner. Or did I say 14 for both of these guys? I meant 11 for Buckner. Whatever, close enough. And then interceptions, 3 for McCord, 2 for Douglas, and then 1 for a few players. But let's see if we got any awards. I doubt it, but we might be somewhere for something. Chubb was up there for Offensive Player of the Year at number 7. Uche was up there at number 8 for Defensive Player of the Year. No offensive rookies, and Jeremy Murray was at number 7 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Do I remember who that is? Oh, it's the pass rusher. Okay. I'm getting confused by all our names because we have Jimmy Herring, Jeremy Murray, and then we have the receiver whose name I can't remember, but Chubb wins best running back. Teller up there for best O-lineman, but no, we don't win any awards other than best running back, which doesn't really matter. But let's get into the offseason, and now we should be cooking. But in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys beat the Raiders 35-21. We've been seeing some kind of different Super Bowls in this rebuild, but those are two usual teams for sure. And unfortunately, we are down to an 87. Does that mean what I think it means? Yeah, unfortunately, Joel Bitonio did retire. That sucks, but I mean, there should be a good guard available in free agency if we can afford to sign anyone, that is. I see Rasul Douglas got superstar dev again. That'll only really matter if we can re-sign him. But speaking of that, let's see who we can re-sign. I doubt money will be freed up, but well, it could be because Bitonio retired. But we'll definitely restructure like a ton of contracts once we can. So yeah, it does look like we should have some money. So Rasul Douglas, I guess we'll offer him like 3 years and a little bit extra just to guarantee that he re-signs. 3 years, 43 mil, and he does come back. Other than him though, I mean, we don't really need any of these guys at all. So let's get into free agency. And let me restructure some deals real quick. But we were able to free up some money. Let me rearrange the depth chart real quick. Let me make sure we have the best starting team possible. Okay, we are in 86, but in free agency, there are some good players. I mean, the good players fall off pretty quick, but Jalen Ramsey, Jalen Waddle, Charvarius Ward, but is there a good tight end? No. So we are probably going to have to trade for one. Is there a good guard? Yeah, there's Joe Tooney. Okay, this is doable. Let's see what we can do. Ah, damn, okay. But these are the 3 players we're going to try to go for. Jalen Ramsey, unfortunately, does have other big offers, so I don't know if we're going to get him. I hope we can, but we did very player friendly, so we'll hope we can, but if we don't, that could be kind of bad. We'll see. We're also going for DeMarcus Lawrence and Joe Tooney. We'll move Lawrence to outside linebacker, obviously, and then Joe Tooney is our Joel Bitonio replacement. I guess those are kind of similar names. But anyways, moment of truth. Can we get these 3 players? I hope so. Oh my god. Okay. Jalen Ramsey goes to the Patriots and Charvarius Ward signs too. Shit. Well, I guess corner wasn't like our biggest need in the world, but we didn't have a crazy number 1, and that would have been a huge upgrade. I mean, at least we get Joe Tooney, but that sucks. Okay, well, we'll look for a D lineman, and there weren't any tight ends. Maybe a tackle? I mean, yeah, definitely a tackle. All right, well, at least on the bright side, we have a little more money to work with because we didn't sign Ramsey. I don't know. But let's see. DeMarcus Lawrence and Trent Brown. Do these 2 want to sign? Okay, we do get both of them. That's nice at least. You know, obviously I would have preferred Jalen Ramsey, but hey, it is what it is. At least we get, you know, some players. But honestly, I don't think there's much in the draft that's gonna help us too much. So I think we might start working on some trade. But here we are gonna be trading Jeremy Murray and a first-round pick for Travis Kelce. There are other trades I want to do, obviously, but this is like the biggest upgrade we could get. We're going from like a 60-something overall to a 91. Like, that's crazy. And we don't even have to give up that much. I mean, Kelce wouldn't go for anywhere near this in real life, more than likely. I don't even know what he would go for. I mean, it's weird. Like, trade value is always less than I think it would be. Like, even Jalen Ramsey only went for like a 3rd-round pick and a bag of chips. So I don't know. I guess it just depends. But yeah, Travis Kelce, welcome to the formerly 0 overall team. God, Jalen Ramsey would have been so nice to add, though. That still sucks. But we'll also try to sign Grady Jarrett. I mean, we still need 1 more D lineman, so it looks like we do get him. That was easy. 90. And now we are officially a 90 overall team. So the rebuild is complete. Now we still have to see how this team is gonna perform. So let's get to the draft. We're gonna make like one pick. We're gonna get through that super quick. There's one more position I want, so let's take that position. All right, well, for our one pick that I'm gonna take, I guess we'll go with a linebacker. None of them look that good, but Max Arnold looks all right. He's a good tackler. He has okay speed, good strength. He's just not good in coverage, but I don't know what else we would do with this pick, so let's take him. Normal dev, all right, fair enough. Let's simulate the rest of this out. I don't care. Okay, well, actually, Max Arnold's pretty good out of 76. I wish he had a dev trait, but he's good. Probably one of the better players in this class, but not much I can, oh my god, not much I can do about the dev trait, but the Seahawks took a 66 overall normal dev QB at number 4 overall. That's a pick. That's a choice. But yeah, the linebacker is tied for like a top 5 player in the class, so we'll take that. And let's get into the final year of this rebuild. But here is a look at the team heading into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. This team is crazy. I mean, it's very colorful. We got lots of reds and yellows and silvers and not too many bronzes, thankfully, at least for starters. But yeah, this team is ridiculous. I don't know how it's gonna play. I mean, we didn't do well last year, but year 3 is usually kind of not great for rebuilds, it seems like. Maybe we'll do better, but we will have to see. And then the defense is obviously also really good looking. Our offense is definitely better. We don't have anyone like insane on the defense or anything. It's just well-rounded. It's good. But now let's just get straight to the end of the season and we will see how this team can finish. But here is a look at the team at the end of year number 4. We're up to a 91 overall now. And before I reveal how we did in year number 4, if you haven't already, be sure to drop a like. You know, tomorrow's my birthday fact. So, you know, if you wanna help your boy out, you know what I'm saying? Be sure to drop a like. I'd very much appreciate it. And be sure to subscribe for more Madden rebuilds, because like I always say, that is literally all I do on the channel. If you want to see more though, I rarely upload on my second channel, but link to that in the description. You can, you know, go and watch those videos if you've never seen them. They're fun. They're football related, but they're not Madden related. And of course, let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below, because it helps me know what y'all want to see. But also, Justin Jefferson is a pure 99 overall, which I think is interesting. I saw the upgrade point. I was like, what happened? And then I realized, yeah, we can't spend it. He is a pure 99. I mean, there are still some things we could upgrade, like he isn't a 99 for everything, obviously, but we can't spend it. But in year number 4, we somehow barely made the playoffs, going only 10-7. I don't know how. I'm guessing we're the best team in the overall. Best team in the league in terms of overall by a few. Yeah, we're a 91. The Falcons are an 88. That's really interesting. Same with the Eagles though. So it looks like those are the 2 next best teams to us. So yeah, we're 3 overall better than anyone in the league. And we started 75 overall lower than anyone else in the league, probably. Maybe even more. So I would say this is a success. But let's go really quickly over the season stats. Jimmy Herring, 32 touchdowns, only 3 picks. He was very good. Obviously, we'd hardly pass, but 3,300 yards isn't terrible. Nick Chubb though, 1,800 yards, 5.6 per carry, 16 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Not much for Justin Jefferson at all, though. We're just not using him here. We just don't pass very much, like I said. The blocking was good. J.R. Baker was probably our worst lineman, but the rest of it was good. And Jerome Baker led the team with 113 tackles. Tackles for loss, 11 for Lawrence led the team. And sacks, 11.5 for Buckner, 9 for Josh Uche. Only 5 for Lawrence, but oh well. And then interceptions, 2 for Adams and Baker, and 1 for a couple players. But MVP, of course, goes to division rival Dak Prescott. Why wouldn't it? We had Nick Chubb all the way down at 6 for Offensive Player of the Year. I'm surprised he wasn't way higher. Ayuk at 8. We had Peter Lacy at number 3 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think that's our backup running back. I don't know. I didn't pick him. And nobody up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year, unsurprisingly. So we performed not super great. I mean, we should have been at least like 13-4. We have the best roster in the NFL by a decent bit. But I'm not going to go game by game. Let's just simulate to the offseason season, and we will see who wins the Super Bowl. Could be us. We will just find out. But it is, of course, not us in the Super Bowl. It is the Chiefs taking down the Buccaneers, getting revenge for a recent Super Bowl. We've seen a couple Super Bowl rematches here, but let's see where we went out of the playoffs. Probably the first game, if I had to guess. And yeah, we got beat 28-17. Of course we did. Why wouldn't we? Why would we win in the playoffs when we're the best roster in the NFL by a decent bit? That would be crazy. But of course, that is the end of today's rebuild. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, again, be sure to drop a like, be sure to subscribe, and on screen now should be another video that YouTube thinks you would enjoy. Thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.